Future, man. Future hasn't given us a new album in 2 years. It seems like he's been slightly riding Drake's coattail in that time. So I'm going to ask you, AB. I'm pretty sure Drake will be involved, but can Future give us a classic album? And according to Kanye, Future is producing his album, executive producing his album. Can Future produce an executive produce a great album for Kanye West as well?
Two excellent questions. I don't think Future has, excuse me, a classic solo. If this is What a Time to Be Alive 2, then we may be on to something. But if it's not, if it's Monster 2 or whatever, the Beast Mode 3, or no, 57 Nights, whatever the case may be, I don't know if he can do that. But that's not to say he doesn't make good music though. Like I still think he has good records. I thought The Wizard was pretty dope. The double disc Future Hendrix had some joints too. And I really like that Evolve too about 4 or 5 years ago. I thought that was pretty dope. But a classic, those days are over. Too many people do that style that he does. So it's just too much competition. I will say him executive producing Kanye's album, that Donda 2, is very intriguing. That might be something to listen to. I need to know if it's going to be edited or not. If it's going to be edited again, then okay, there's probably it's going to be some mid. But if we getting beast mode Kanye out here dating models and back out in the streets and talking this shit and firing on paparazzi, that, hey, listen, count me in, that I'm here for it then, if that's the case.
Yeah, I'm calling cap on this one. I don't think Future can produce a classic album. Like you said, man, too many of the Lils and the Does and the Smalls are doing his sound, and they kind of like adapted it a little bit better than what he kind of did now. Like for today's sound, I don't hear any of the kids talking about Future. They talk about all the other kids. So I think his time in that spot is done. He'll put out some music that people will vibe with and rock with. There'll be a couple singles. He might get a mask off here or there. But I think as far as like a classic album, if he didn't get that with Honest or any of that stuff, it ain't happening now. I just don't see him focus in that way. And the Future Kanye joint, that's scary to me. I don't think Kanye should be letting anybody steer his music other than Kanye, and leaning on Saha in the background to help guide with the hidden hand, and Pusha T also. I think that's Kanye's route to success. I think leaning on Future, it's like he's breaking the formula of what's worked for him his whole career. I just don't see it working out well.
It was funny when that news hit. I thought to myself, Future probably ain't even heard this shit. Honestly, let's be real. He had no clue he was about to be announced as executive producer. He didn't have an idea. He was just in the studio with him one day in Miami, and this nigga was like, now all of a sudden I'm executive producing it. Oh shit, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that was literally.
So who knows? This shit probably not even gonna drop on that day anyway.
That was literally the text conversation we had about the whole situation.